It's definitely been a while, but I hope I will kinda compensate you with my top 20 fragrances for spring 2019. Stick with me. Thanks for tuning in, I'm Angelos and this is my perfume vlog. I'm a Greek fragrance enthusiast, aka Greek perfume aficionado. And of course, if you are new to this channel or haven't decided yet, if you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications in order to stay up to date with any future upload. So straight to the point, we have lots of fragrances to mention, so I'm starting right away with my honorable mentions. First honorable mention from the house of Davidoff, and this is a discontinued, unfortunately discontinued fragrance. Always the designers, the best designers are discontinued designer fragrances, and this is called Good Life, and here is the bottle. Good Life by Davidoff, and this is a beautiful creation by Pierre Bourdieu. It has to do with fig leaves, melon, some musks, some woody nose, oak moss. It's very masculine, a little bit of old school masculine fragrance with fig note, fig leaf note, which is very prominent here. So if you can find this for a decent price online, because they are selling like crazy nowadays, go check this out. It's very good, it's very pleasant, it's very suitable for springtime. Second honorable mention, and this comes from Maison Francis Coursian, and this is called Amiris Homme. And if you are not new to this channel and you follow me for quite a while, you have probably watched my review for Amiris Homme. Otherwise, I will leave the link somewhere up here. And this is a very versatile, very easy to wear, a damn rich fragrance, and that's why I couldn't just put it in one position or one place or one number in this list. So that's why it's an honorable mention. It's very pleasant, very easy to wear. It's all about mandarin, tonka bean, rosemary, musks. It's very beautiful, very pleasant. You can simply wear it whenever you like and whenever you don't have so much time to think about what you want to wear for springtime or all year round, in my humble opinion. My second honorable mention, Amiris Homme from Maison Francis Coursian. Third and final honorable mention in this list is a fragrance you obviously didn't need to hear it from me, you already know it, I'm sure about that, and that's why I'm including this as an honorable mention, because I'm sure like 90% of my viewers are aware of this fragrance, and it's called Green Iris Tweed, and it's from the house of Creed, of course. And this one is a very well-known springtime fragrance, very fresh, very green, lots of musks, lemon verbena, violet leaves. Yes, it's gorgeous, it's very aromatic, green, very pleasant and very musky. If you like white musk green fragrances, it's definitely for you, but I'm sure, as I told you before, I'm sure most of you are aware of this fragrance, so I'm moving on to the actual list. So at number 20 we have a very beautiful fragrance from the house of Serge Lutens, and Serge Lutens are perfumes, very artisanal perfumes, very interesting perfumes, but not so easy to wear most of the times, because they have some other a little bit more versatile, like Serge, but here we have Iris Silver Mist. And I have this fragrance in this travel atomizer. It comes with this beautiful metallic case and 2 refills for 30 ml. So Iris Silver Mist, a gorgeous, seriously gorgeous, rooty and earthy orris fragrance, a little bit carroty as well, because you have the addition of carrot seed oil along with some warm spices like cinnamon or clove. Phenomenal fragrance if you like your dry orris root fragrances with a touch of spice. You definitely have to go and check this one out. Number 20, Serge Lutens, Iris Silver Mist. At number 19 we encounter a fragrance from the house of Nasomato, but it's definitely one of the most underrated Nasomato fragrances. I seriously don't know why, and it's called Blamage. Blamage was supposedly created by mistake. It's a very creamy, delicious apricot and peach fragrance with a background of creaminess, as I told you, from sandalwood, some musks, some woods, patchouli. It's gorgeous and it lasts forever. So it's a good investment as well, because with 2 sprays you are good to go for the whole day. So it's perfect and you definitely get a bang for your buck. Number 19, Nasomato Blamage. At number 18 we can find a fragrance from the line of Armani Prive. You know how much I love this line, and this one is called Orange Alhambra. And Orange Alhambra is a discontinued fragrance from this line, but I'm sure if you search a little bit you will find it for a decent price, because it's not so popular. There was not any hype about this fragrance in the past, so I'm sure you will find a good deal for this fragrance. That's why I'm mentioning it as well. And Orange Alhambra is one of the fragrances that resembles a little bit to Armani, the vintage one, the Eau pour Homme. A beautiful fragrance, very citrusy, mossy, musky, beautiful fragrance. And of course there's a lot of similarities with Eau Sauvage from Christian Dior, and that's basically it. It's petit grain, is a cologne type of a fragrance with the citruses, the petit grain, the musk. You have lots of oak moss here, so you have this beautiful dusty, a little bit moldy and woody background and dry down. It's exceptional, I love it. And number 18 we have Armani Prive Orange Alhambra. At number 17 we have another fragrance from the house of Serge Lutens, and it's called Fleur d'Oranger. And Fleur d'Oranger is actually what you hear. It's a fragrance about orange flower or orange blossom. Orange flower has a very potent animalic white flower, obviously a little bit citrusy smell, but it's definitely indolic and a little bit animalic, so you have to be careful when you are talking about real orange blossom. You have to be careful because it may be a little bit off-putting for you. That's not the case here. It's very well blended, artisanally blended as always, from the house of Serge Lutens. This one is created by Christopher Sheldrake. The other one, the Iris Silver Mist, is created by Maurice Roussel. And this one is orange blossom, obviously, some citruses, musk, civet, a little bit of cumin as well, I think. So it's not so easy to wear, but I think it's very, very beautiful, and it shines when you wear it during a night out, a little bit chill outside, springtime night out. It's amazing, and it's very discreet. It's not a fragrance that you will make a huge statement when you enter a bar or a restaurant or something like that. It's discreet and it's very, very beautiful. Number 17, Serge Lutens Fleur d'Oranger. At number 16 we can definitely find the most underrated, I think, fragrance from the house of Labo, and it's called Iris 39. And Iris 39 is a gorgeous fragrance. If you love violets, iris, orris root, violet leaf, musk, and absolutely you have to love patchouli and a little bit of animalic notes, because this is what it's about. It's the combination of ions and irons and all this stuff that give that violet and orris root kind of vibe. Violet leaf, because you have this green aspect from the violet leaf and a little bit vegetal aspect from the violet leaf, and also lots of musks and woods, which is like a signature base for Le Labo, and a lot of patchouli. If you ask me, you could easily name this fragrance Patchouli 39 and not Iris 39. Tons of patchouli here, great combination. Be careful, this is very, very potent fragrance, and as you leave it and maturate more and more, it's getting more potent. It's crazy. Number 16, Le Labo Iris 39. At number 15 we have another fragrance and another perfume house actually, which is totally under the radar. It's called Les Ardents Retrouvés, and the fragrance is called Cuir de Russie. The famous name of a type of a fragrance, the floral leathery fragrance, is Cuir de Russie. Les Ardents Retrouvés, if I'm not mistaken, is the first niche fragrance house ever created by Yuri Guzaz. So this one is definitely, as the name mentions, a Cuir de Russie, but it's a little bit more wearable comparing to other Cuir de Russie fragrances. It's more floral, a little bit more transparent. For leather you have a little bit of styrax. I think it's very prominent actually, not a little bit, it's very prominent styrax here. You have ylang ylang, which gives this exotic floral nuance, and in general terms it's a very gorgeous and very pleasant and very easy to wear fragrance during warm days or a little bit more chill days or nighttime or evening. Probably it's more suitable for springtime. Number 15, Les Ardents Retrouvés, and this is called Cure de Russie. At number 14 we have a fragrance from the house of Atelier Cologne, and this is called Filtre Ceylan. And Filtre Ceylan is again one fragrance I don't think so many people are talking about. You can wear it easily at any occasion, formal, casual, you name it. It's all about tea. It's like a perfectly blended Earl Grey tea with lemons, with a little bit of cumin, some musk, some woods. Perfect fragrance. If you are in search for a very beautifully blended citrusy tea, Earl Grey tea fragrance, you have found it. This is the one. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite tea-based fragrance right now. Number 14, Atelier Cologne, Filtre Ceylan. At number 12 we can find my favorite fragrance from the house of Byredo, and it's called Rose of No Man's Land. And Rose of No Man's Land is a very wearable rose petal rose fragrance with lots of musks, some fruitiness at the opening and some spiciness from cold spice like a pink pepper. It's gorgeous, the blend is gorgeous. I think it's extremely versatile, extremely unisex. Everyone can wear it. I wear it a lot. You can obviously realize that. Yes, it's my favorite from the house. That's why I put it at number 13. Byredo, Rose of No Man's Land. At number 12, a fragrance that probably most people are wearing during winter time, but I kinda connected this fragrance with probably the best trip I ever made, and it was in New York City, and I only had this one with me. It's Tom Ford Oud Wood, obviously. This fragrance transfers me back in my trip in New York City, and oh boy, I connected this with the city. So yes, this is a very intense rosewood fragrance with other woods as well. Exceptional woody accords, exceptional woody and musky accords with a little bit of cardamom and some other cold spices. So if you enjoy your woody fragrances with a little bit of a spice and musk, this is exceptional. One of the best blends in this section of, let's say, our category of fragrances. Gorgeous fragrance, gorgeous for layering as well. If you put a little bit of a citrus fragrance, for example Neroli Portofino over it, gorgeous, gorgeous. You have to try it if you haven't already, because it's very popular. I'm sure most of you have tried this one, but in this list at number 12 we have Oud Wood from Tom Ford Private Blends. At number 12 we have a tiny little fella right here, but trust me, regarding performance, it's a monster. And we have from Sultan Pasha Attars, this attar is called Équilibré. And Équilibré has to do with mimosa flower mostly. It's extremely potent, as Sultan's creations most of the times. And you have this honeyed mimosa with lots of animalic background, lots of ambergris, another signature ingredient for Sultan Pasha. It's exceptional. It's very strong, but it's luxurious. It's intensely floral, animalic, woody. It's incredible. Honeyed mimosa, number 11, and Sultan Pasha Attars. The attar is called Équilibré. So we finally reached my top 10 fragrances in this list, and at number 10 we have the fragrance, probably my favorite from the men's line, from Amouage, and this one is called Lyric Man. I don't know what's happening with after the 2014 or 15 reformulation, if this one was a little bit toned down as I've heard, but I don't know. This is an old bottle and this one lasts like forever. So lime and angelica at the opening, green lime citrusy opening with the dustiness and the greenness from the angelica root, rose petals, rose accord, musky rose, fresh musky rose accord with incense. It's incredible. Number 10, my favorite probably from the line of Amouage, the men's line, and this is Amouage Lyric Man. At number 9 we can find one of the unicorns in my collection. It's from the house of Guerlain. and it's called Elise Ganache. I mentioned this one previously in another video. This one is like, it's crazy. It's phenomenal juice. I have to put a little bit, of course, because I really love this fragrance. I really love this. So yes, you have this violet-y opening. It's crazy. It's mouth-watering because you have the ganache accord as well. It's like a ganache, but not a little bit toned down, because this is the newer version, the limited edition newer version. The oldest version, it was a little bit more sweet and more ganache, had more this ganache, chocolate ganache feeling. This one is a little bit toned down, the sweetness. You have the muskiness, the Guerlain, of course, and it's crazy. It's crazy if you love violets or orris or violet leaf and you like a little bit of sweetness but with an exceptional blend. You have to put your nose on this one. I know it's super difficult to find. I know you have to go to Paris and you have to be lucky because they might not have available at that moment. So yes, it's definitely worth the whole effort to acquire this fragrance. At number 9 we have Guerlain and Elise Ganache. At number 8 we can find another under the radar fragrance, unfortunately discontinued as well. Designer fragrance. When designer is done right, you can't ask for more. It's from the house of Rochas. Sorry for the lighting. And this one is called Louis. And Louis, it's definitely leaning on the masculine side. I have to mention that, absolutely. He has all these vintage men's fragrance notes and accords, like the patchouli, the intense musk, the intense woods, but you have a perfect combination of amber note, amber accord with vanilla and neroli. It's incredible. I can find some fragrances that share some similarities with this one, like Kobe from Serge. You will see that one in a little bit. And the Apom pour Homme from Maison Francis Coursian. It's the same vibe, the same vein, but this one is different because of these vintage masculine notes I described. Just try this one and you will remember me. Number 8, Rochas, Louis. At number 7 we have probably again one of the unicorns from Christian Dior fragrances, the exclusive fragrances, La Collection Prive, and it's called Vétiver. And Vétiver is not discontinued, it's just Paris boutique exclusive. In my humble opinion, there is mentioned the coffee note here. I honestly can't get any coffee note here. I can get the dryness and the rootiness and the earthy notes you can have, the smoky earthy notes you can have from Vétiver. One of the best Vétiver fragrances out there, definitely. It's a crime that they have this one as a Paris boutique exclusive only. I think they should re-release it globally and online on their website. You have the citruses at the opening, the woodiness, the muskiness. It's simple but so well blended. It's exceptional. If someone enjoys Vétiver as a note, has to put their note on this one. Number 7, Christian Dior, La Collection Prive, and this one is called Vétiver. At number 6 we can find a fragrance that I speak highly enough quite often, and it's included in some of my lists previously, and it's from the house of Nishane, and it's called B612. B612, Nishane, the perfect modern interpretation of fougère fragrances, the traditional Parisian fougère fragrances. Addition of Casmeran, the not so extended use of lavender balanced with cypress, musks, amazing fragrance. Of course you have the tonka bean and the okmos as you have in most of the fougère fragrances, if not all. Please check this one out, it's incredible and so perfect and suitable for springtime. B612 from Nishane, number 6. At number 5, as I promised you before, we have from the house of Serge fragrance called Kobe. And this is the older style of their bottles because now it's a little bit more round. I'm sure you're aware of it. And this one is an incredible interpretation of a cologne. It's darker, it's more ambery, a little bit more sweet because you have the petit grain, you have citruses like bergamot, obviously neroli. All of these notes combined with amber notes and tonka bean and the sweetness, the like almondy sweetness from coumarin, exceptional. And once again from the house of Serge, even though the notes sound a little bit more transparent, incredible performance. Number 5, Serge, and this fragrance is called Kobe. And it's from the Shooting Stars collection, I forgot to mention that. At number 4 we can encounter another one of my favorite perfume houses. It's obviously the house of Dusita, and this fragrance is called Fleur de Lalita. I can't speak highly enough of this fragrance. Seriously, it's, if you enjoy exotic flowers, white flowers, indolic flowers mixed with musk, you have an incredible galbanum opening. The pungent green note from galbanum, and it's incredible. The transition from galbanum to exotic flowers, ylang ylang, gardenia, magnolia, lys, and musky, a little bit woody, but very well balanced base notes and dry down of this fragrance. So number 4, house of Dusita, and the fragrance is called Fleur de Lalita. So finally my top 3, and at number 3 we have a gorgeous fragrance, seriously, from the house of Stephane Humbert, and this one is called Soleil de Jeddah. If you are used to see only 50 ml bottles, this one comes in a 100 ml bottle as well, and it's totally different. You have the representation of sun at the desert. So Soleil de Jeddah, a very unique fragrance for the Western market. I personally never smelled something equivalent in the Western market except from Oud, I can't remember the name, which is affiliated brand, of course, from Stephane Humbert. So Soleil de Jeddah, opening chamomile, sweet chamomile with some citruses. At the heart notes we encounter iris, an iris accord, and of course this incredible note of osmanthus, which gives the leathery and peach note. At the dry down you have ambergris and of course some woods, some musks, but the dry down is not the point here. The point is the opening of the heart notes of this fragrance are to die for. I love this dusty, citrusy, floral, leathery like combo. It's incredible. Number 3, Soleil de Jeddah from Stephane Humbert. At number 2 we have a phenomenal fragrance. Probably one of the best designer fragrances ever created in my humble opinion, and it's from the house of Givenchy, and it's called Insensé. Be careful, I'm talking about the original Insensé, not the ultramarine version. The ultramarine version has a blue juice. This one is a yellow juice, as you see. Right off the bat, you have this aldehdic, citrusy, green and fruity accord from the blackcurrant, but with a little bit of the urine aspect you can get sometimes from blackcurrant, blended with some other floral notes like a white floral accord and iris accord, I believe. A little bit of galbanum as well at the opening. It's crazy, the combination, the accord they created and the whole formula and the combo, it's crazy. And totally ahead of their time because that was super daring back in the day. That one was created back in, I think, early 90s or mid 90s. So that one was super different, super daring. I think this one even now beats every daring, let's say, masculine, floral, fruity floral fragrance. It's perfection in a bottle. Please, if you can find this one, and the best case scenario, of course, if you can test this one before you pull the trigger, just go for it. It would definitely be number one, but I consider a bit about the discontinuation and it's not so easy to find nowadays, so that's why it's my number two. Number two, Givenchy Insensé. And finally, my top pick in this top 20 list for spring fragrances for 2019. It won't be a surprise for my lower subscribers or followers. It's from the house of Frédéric Malle and perfumer Pierre Bourdon, French Lover. The perfect combo of Angelica, Galbanum, green, sweet, fruity a little bit, smoky a little bit. It's crazy. My favorite pick for spring. I couldn't imagine springtime without this fragrance. My number one, from the house of Frédéric Malle, Pierre Bourdon, and this is called French Lover or Bois d'Orage in United States. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed my list. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know which are your favorite fragrances for springtime. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for your support. Until the next one. Cheers!